That's killer. I love it.
These are awesome.
They are awesome.
Sorry.
And I'm glad you came here today because I wanted to talk about these anyway. Welcome everyone. Paul here. We're at Music Villa in Bozeman, Montana. Aaron Dablow from Taylor Guitars is here today. And we were upstairs, we were talking about like the 9 strings and the baritones and stuff, and we were just kind of geeking out about them, and Aaron's like, let's talk about them. So I was like, we should. We've done videos of these before, but it'd be nice to hear maybe some of your take on it, the history of, baritone acoustics are just super cool. And you guys went way out and did an 8-string baritone, and then you created the 9-string. I don't know if you created it, but it's the first one I had ever seen. So tell us about the baritones.
Baritones are, this came out of our 35th anniversary in 2009. Bob just wanted to build some really cool guitars that we normally didn't do. We did a parlor, we did a 9-string like you said, and then we also did a baritone. And so 27th inch scale, it's tuned down to B. Yeah. And so it's just a really fun instrument to play, right?
Basically the 5th fret, that's a guitar.
That's a standard tuning if you capo this guitar on the 5th fret. So that's very usable too, especially if you're singing in the lower register, you can't hit the high notes anymore, and so you can capo down where needed based on different tunings. So
and or you could just like solo out all night long and just
What's really cool is
it just sounds different.
And that's the point too. So any acoustic duos, somebody should have a baritone because somebody's playing a standard tuning. Yeah. What's really cool is if the standard tuning person capos up, and then the baritone player has all the bass and that sort of thing that they're handling too.
Totally cool.
So yeah, that's 6-string is really cool. It's easy to wrap your head around because it's all the same chord shapes, right? So you're there's your G shape, right? Yep. There's your D shape, but it's all tuned a little bit lower, right? So anybody can play a baritone guitar.
Totally.
And it's just a really good way to wake up your creativeness when it comes to playing.
You do play different stuff. You get all kind of, I don't know, you get a little more new agey on it, I guess. I don't that's what I do anyway. So, and then tell us about the 8. Okay, so you added, you doubled, or these are octaves, right?
Right.
So on the G and the D. Yep. Which turns it into an 8-string baritone, which it's ridiculous. It's just super cool.
Well, it's interesting if you're trying to listen to it on it, because we've heard recordings around the Taylor factory of this guitar, and you don't really know what it is. Is it like an acoustic bass? Is it a 6-string? But then there's some 12-string jangle in there too. So it's like all of those instruments kind of wrapped into one. So it's very, very unique, and it's something great for somebody who needs something in their color palette of new guitars, right?
Totally. And under a record, people are recording home studios all the time. They lay down, a baritone and then put the guitar. It's so cool when you layer different guitars on a recording. It's just super fun.
I think what you did right is paired it with Koa back and sides.
Correct, yep.
Because Koa, you would think, baritones, you need a bassy response like a Rosewood or something, but something more mid-rangey like this actually gets a lower response. Like it's something about that lower tuning that the mid-rangey tone woods really accentuate that low end.
It works well for us. We've been doing these customs for quite a few years now. How did the 8-string come about? Was this one out first, or did they come out together?
I kind of remember, I wasn't involved in product development, but I remember Bob talking to some pro player who had done this before. And what I remember is we had the octave string in the wrong spot, and somebody wrote Bob and said, you're doing it the wrong way.
I got you.
It was either that or the 9-string, I forget, but Bob worked with a pro player to make this thing very cool. Usable. Yeah.
And normally we would have the 9-string. We sold them all, but we have more coming. And they're the same design, same look, we do a Koa. But the 9-string is just a regular guitar.
Yep.
But it has the B and the G and the D have the B has and it's a unison string is what I'm trying to say. And then the G and the D have the octave.
Right.
So, and it's just cool. It's kind of like a 12-string, but it feels and sound, it feels like a 6-string. It's great. Yeah. Okay, so these are super cool. It's just good to revisit these again because people don't really know what they are and they gravitate towards them, and then someone tries to tune them up and we're like, no, no, don't do that.
Don't break
'Cause
the strings.
They don't realize it's a baritone,
Yeah.
at first. So, but they're really cool. They're really unique. You can check them out at Music Villa. The strings, D'Addario makes I'm sure a couple brands make them, but a baritone set, right?
Yeah,
They're
that's
just
a
bigger. They're bigger strings.
70 gauge.
Yeah.
So,
And then what we do on this guy is we just sell a couple of singles. We sell a set of baritone, and then we just sell 2 single strings, and that
Right.
makes up the 8-string baritone.
Yeah.
Super cool. They're fun. Quentin has one. You know that?
Oh,
Yeah, he has the.
I saw that
yeah,
you gifted one to
yeah,
him, right?
I did.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Good old Quentin. So one more thing. So I just got to do this. So we capo this guy
On the
at
fifth
the
fret,
5th fret, right?
Yep.
So now this is a regular guitar.
standard tuning.
This is
right?
standard tuning of a guitar.
Yep, so
that would
that's
be
like
a
your
normal G.
440 G, right?
Okay. Now, so then where do you come in? So if I'm playing a G, I'm gonna pretend this is a regular guitar.
Right. So I know like this, since this is like a low string, right?
Yep.
You're adding like sort of a 7th string to the guitar. So what I know, this is the E string, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that my G shape is like here.
Oh, okay.
So, but it just takes a little while
Yeah,
to learn
you're-
a couple chords,
yeah.
but you can comp with the same, and it sounds really cool.
I got you. For a real guitar player, it's probably easy to understand. For me,
Anybody
but yeah.
can do it.
Okay, so we'll go G,
Yeah.
C, or D. Okay,
Right?
cool. There you go. See that?
It's
Boy,
very
you could be a powerhouse.
musical.
Two
Yeah.
two dudes out there, or gals, anyone really.
Let's start a band.
Anybody could be out there with these two powerhouses
Yeah.
and just do the duo from, you know what?
Try to get a Nashville tune GS
Yeah.
Mini or
Oh,
standard
man.
guitar with this. It's
You can
very
do cool
very
stuff.
usable.
Yeah, these are fun.
Totally.
These are extra guitars that you really do need. So, Aaron, thanks. That was fun to understand these baritones again, and thanks for watching.
Thanks.